They were called runaways, fugitives, property. But here, in the shadow of the Blue Mountains, they were building the first sovereign nation of the free. Their shield was a woman. This is the realm of the Maroons, a society born of sheer defiance. They traded the horror of the plantation for the danger of the wilderness. But without a leader, they were just scattered camps. Nanny arrives, a woman of the Icon people from what was then the Gold Coast. She brings a deep tradition of leadership and warfare. She doesn't just join the Maroons, she organizes them. She establishes Nanny Town as the epicenter of resistance. The Maroons were poor, but their weapons were superior. Their organization, camouflage, and the psychological warfare of the mountains. The sound of the obeying signaled freedom to the enslaved and imminent death to the British.
For a non-literate people, history was preserved in song, but the British documented their fear in prose. Their few written records about Nanny are an incredible act of dismissal. This is the ultimate colonial bias. The British couldn't admit they were being beaten by a strategic genius, so they called her the rebels' old Obeah woman. They reduced military genius to magic because it was easier than admitting a black woman outthought their entire army.
The war raged for years. The British finally captured and destroyed Nanny Town in 1734. Commander Stoddard reported a decisive victory. He believed he had killed the legend. He could not have been more wrong. What followed was the Great Trek. Nanny did not die. She led the remnants of her people deeper into the wilderness, toward the Rio Grande. She kept the flame of freedom burning in the darkest hour. The British were hemorrhaging money and men. They realized they could conquer sugar, but they could not conquer the mountains. The only way to end the war was to legitimize the rebellion. They had to negotiate peace with the people they had sworn to eliminate. The final, irrefutable evidence of her power rests on a piece of paper, the 1740 Treaty. It formally ceded 500 acres to her people. The Crown signed a treaty with a community of formerly enslaved Africans led by a woman. New Nanny Town was established, now Moortown. Nanny's defiance had secured a permanent, sovereign freedom. It took generations, but Jamaica finally recognized her truth. In 1975, she became the island's only female national hero. She's not just in the history books, she is literally in the hands of every Jamaican. Her spirit is not in a grave, it is in the mountains themselves. She is the eternal guard of our freedom. She proves that to be free, you must first refuse to be defeated. That is Nanny's legacy.